Hello and welcome to this episode of 3 Minute IELTS with me, George. In this episode, I will be breaking down the pronunciation criteria in the speaking band descriptors for the IELTS speaking test. So, let's begin. Pronunciation is an area that many candidates misunderstand. I have received many questions about whether accent is important, and many students are wondering should they try to gain a standard English accent or a North American accent, and the answer in the criteria is that that is not necessary. There is no desirable accent. The examiner is not able to provide higher marks if you have a standard Queen's English, or whether you are a Pakistani English speaker or a South African or an Australian, Irish, Canadian, or any of the other areas in which English is spoken by native speakers. The criteria with accent is only that the accent from their first language does not interfere with the understanding of the examiner. So if a candidate has a very strong Chinese accent, and that means that it is difficult to hear certain words, then that would be something preventing them from reaching the highest levels. Looking at the band descriptors, one of the things people will often see is pronunciation features. This means that the candidate is able to vary the sounds in which they use when speaking the language. Are they using emphasis of certain words? Are they using rising tones when they're thinking? Are they using sad tones when they're perhaps describing something that's not positive? Basically, this means does the candidate sound natural? In China, very often, many candidates will memorize answers, and that means that their voice will become monotone. They will start speaking quite like this with no rhythm and no variation. That keeps their score to quite a low level. And I think that is something that candidates should practice and really need to get past. The differences, again, between the higher levels simply will be how natural their sound is and how effortless it is to understand the candidate. The final aspect not mentioned here is chunking, which means is the candidate able to link certain words together and have longer pauses between others. That's something that will come naturally with practice and through listening to yourself. That there is just about 3 minutes about pronunciation. If you have further questions, if you want to say something to me, please write it below and feel free to like and subscribe. Thank you for listening, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.